Frank. Now let me get all my stuff plugged in so you can hear me better. Can you hear me all right? Oh, Frank, can you hear me? Frank, I don't know if you can hear me, but if you're talking, I cannot hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, gotcha.
I was on my, I turned my computer sound off. I just turn it back on.
Okay, I understand. Where is it?
I was late last time. It's my fault.
Yeah, that's okay. Just trying to be on time when you can. I know sometimes mistakes happen. Like me today, I was a little bit late. I think I logged in like 8:04, 8:03, something like that. Got stuck in traffic. But yeah, just whenever you get the chance. And always, I think you have me on Skype too, which I get notifications. So if you are running late, you can just shoot me a message on Skype too, and then I'll probably see it.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, I'm trying to think where we left off last time. It was, I think, the Thomas Paine essay, right? Okay, cool. Let me get that pulled up. Oh, and if for some reason you can't hear me at any point, let me know. My whole downstairs of my house actually flooded, and so right now there's a bunch of construction work happening, so it's a little noisy in the background sometimes. So just let me know.
I don't hear anything.
Okay, good. That's very loud for me. I guess that's
really?
the magic of the headset. Yeah. I can hear
like
the background
8 p.m.
noise.
I just see working on it. Like even if it's 8 p.m., like night.
Sorry?
Are they still working on it? It's like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, so we had a main pipe burst and then another one just broke. And so right now we don't have water. And so to get our water turned back on, they have to do work late at night.
Oh.
Yeah, very bad. Okay. Oh, goodness. Can I remember what SAT number this is? I think this is SAT 4. Let's just double check real quick. Sorry, I kind of forgot where we left off. It's been a while.
Hey, that's been like more than a week.
Okay, yep, this is the right one. Okay, so what did you get for 32?
Wait.
This has we'll just scroll. I'll give you a remote control and you can just scroll through because I couldn't find the actual answer key. I could just find the answer key with explanations. But you can still scroll down and check them. I think it's like 32 through 42 or something like that. Still there, Frank? It looks like your screen is frozen. Oh, I get disconnected. You there, Frank? I think you got disconnected. So your audio just cut out. I'm going to try turning off my video. I heard sometimes that makes the connection a little better in a Zoom call. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, your Wi-Fi's bad? Do you want to keep going
Yes.
through the answer key, or do you want to, I don't know, move to Tuesday or something? Like, do you think it'll be good enough to get through class?
Wait, you still cannot hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Oh, hear me now?
Yeah. Can you hear
Yeah, I
me?
can hear you.
Okay, I think we're good. Okay.
Yes.
So you should still have
I think
Sorry? You still there?
my Wi-Fi is very unstable.
Oh,
Can you hear
okay.
me?
Well, yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Can you see me? Am I moving around?
The screen is a little frozen, but that's okay.
It's just that happened. I don't know why.
Yeah, no
My
worries.
Mac is stable.
Mhm.
Now it's unstable right now.
Yeah, if it's easier to have connection, you can always turn your camera off.
All right.
Sometimes that helps. Yeah. Okay, and you should have remote control. So if you just want to check the answers. So I think it's 32 through 42.
Oh, I'm trying to turn the camera off so I can get the better connection.
Oh, here, let me turn remote control. I have to turn off remote
Yeah,
control.
it was couldn't.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, the remote control is off.
All right, so is it still cutting off my voice, or you can still hear
It's
me?
actually a lot better now.
All right, now I'll just
Okay,
do
I'm
like
going to
this.
turn remote control back on. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Okay.
I was 32 through the 41.
Yeah, 32 through 41. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And when you get one wrong, if you just want to tell me which one you got wrong, I'll write it down on a little sheet of paper so we can go over
I
it.
got it. First two is fine.
Sorry, could you repeat
Oh yeah,
that?
I can screw it. I can screw down right. Oh, I forgot.
Okay. So which ones did you miss?
It's 40 and 41, and 36, etc. I think that's it.
Okay, so 40, 41, 36, 37.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're still right around the 4 question mark. So what we'll do is we'll go over the answers and then we'll go over some vocab too, if we have some time at the end. Okay. Oh, I wonder if these are 2-part questions. I think they might be. Yeah, they are. Okay. So 36. So how would Payne most likely respond to Burke's statement and lines 30 through 34? Okay, let me put this answer choices on the side here. Okay, and what answer did you choose for this one?
They're like, hey,
Chose A. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm trying to make this a little bigger so it all fits on the screen. Let's look at the correct answer real quick. Okay, so B. So let's go back up to the lines. Okay, so as the ends of such partnership cannot be obtained in many generations, it becomes a partnership not only between those who are living, but between those who are living, those who are dead, and those who are to be born. Okay, so what does this mean? How would you like translate this into simple English? Oh, you there?
yeah. It's like
So,
trying to make it short.
oh yeah, no
Um,
worries.
Oh, so like basically whoever like born like with like I mean about to born and who are living right now and who are dead, they're still like everything like still connected.
Okay, yeah. And what is the partnership?
Like corporation.
So he says that the state is a partnership. So a state is a government. So he's saying that the government, specifically the United States government, is like a partnership. And because it's a partnership, it depends on the people who are dead, the people who are living, and also thinking about the people in the future. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like I mean I can turn my camera on like if it's still working better like with camera on I can try.
Yeah. You want to give it a try? Yeah, so basically, the government is a partnership, according to Burke. And because the government is a partnership, it depends on the past, the present, and the future. Okay, so now we need to see what Thomas Paine thinks about partnership. So let's scroll down. Okay, so the very first line, he says every age and generation must be free to act for itself. So even in the very first line, Thomas Paine is saying the past generation and the future generation don't matter. We should care about the present generation. And so just based on that one line, you have a pretty good case for this answer choice B right here. Because basically he's saying the dead don't matter, the unborn don't matter. We should only care about the living. They should be free to act for themselves. Okay.
Yeah.
The reason I'm curious, why did you choose A? Just so I can get an idea of where you're coming from.
I don't know, I think I just like look through the first line, like the partnership, like the generation, like I like did like a long time ago. I mean like a week ago. I didn't like look through clearly. I mean, like,
Mhm.
didn't really all the way down to like the part of the like whatever you're like trying to search. Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. So no, not really a super specific reason, just because it mentioned the generations. Okay, I see
I
where you're
just like
coming.
sort of like the war and then like I just go for this and then
Mhm. Okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from. The trick to this one, it says the notion of a partnership is less plausible to people of his era than it was to people of the past. Okay. So, do you know what it means when someone says less plausible?
like not make sense. I mean, less possible is like possible looks like something like looking well, like looks decent.
Okay, not quite.
Decent.
So, if something is plausible, that means that it's likely. It means that there's a good chance that it'll happen. So, last week, it was plausible that there would be snow. So, plausible talks about how likely something is. So, what he's saying here,
Possibilities.
yeah, like a possibility. So, what he's saying here is that generations today are less likely than people in the past to agree that there's a partnership, which it doesn't really compare the people in the present to the people in the past. It just says in all cases, the generation should be separated. There's no comparison. It says for every single case, we should only care about the present. And so that's why we don't want to choose answer choice A. Does that make sense? Kind of
Yeah.
less plausible? Let's see. So C, we know that Burke talks about multiple generations, so C is kind of the opposite. So we can eliminate that one. And D, he doesn't say what judgments the dead would make. He says that the government comes from dead people is kind of a dumb assumption. So that's why we eliminate D. Okay, any questions about this one?
No, I got it. Got it.
Okay, cool. Let's scroll down and then we'll do the next one. This is, I think you have to say what lines it comes from. So I might have given it away a little bit, which I feel like I always do that. That's like my weakness when it comes to SAT tutoring. Okay, so what do you think?
37, right?
Sorry, let me. Oh, shoot, this is the wrong. Sorry, Frank, I copied and pasted the wrong lines.
Oh, the long one.
Yeah, question. Okay, maybe this will work now. Yay.
The answer is D.
Yeah, so sorry, you said you picked B or that's the right answer?
No, not that D. Wait, the answer is D, right? D is a dog.
Let's scroll up. Let's go back and check. Yeah, 37 is D.
Yeah, I pick A because the generation.
Yeah. So actually, this one, 41 through 43, is a pretty good answer. So let's compare A and D. Because sometimes they do that. They give you two right answers and then one just happens to be more right than the other. So here's our first one. And here's our second one right here. Okay, so we already explained the first line. So what possible obligation then can exist between them? What rule or principle can be laid down that two non-entities, the one out of existence, so this is the dead, and the other not in, so this is the future, and who never can meet in this world, that the one should control the other to the end of time. So why A and D both mention generations. A
But
only
these like
mention.
okay,
Sorry? Say what you're gonna say.
all right. These like saying like the past, present, future. and
Uh-huh. Yeah, so this
That's why.
talks about how the dead and the to be born are both not important. If we look at answer choice A, it only talks about people beyond the grave. So this is only talking about the dead. And so that's why D is the better answer choice, because it talks about the dead and the to be born.
Born.
Yeah. To be born is, it's a metaphor for the
Future.
future. Yeah. Any questions about this? This one you kind of had to read closely.
Yes. Yeah, it's these like more
Okay.
better answer.
Yeah, if you ever get to a question like this where you're in between two answers, sometimes it'll help to make a little list, kind of like we did. So we need to make sure we find a mention of the past, the present, and the future, and then kind of go through each answer choice and see if it, checks all those boxes. And if you do that, at least you have a 50-50 chance of getting it right if you can narrow it down to 2 versus 25%. So, okay, let's look at question 40. So, which choice best states the relationship between the two passages? So, which one did you choose?
I picked the
Okay. Let's go over what each of these words mean. So, what does challenge, advocate, provide, and exemplify mean?
challenge is like challenge like something trying to like overcome something, like trying to overcome.
So, that is challenge noun, but to challenge something can also be to disagree or argue. And so, answer choice A is saying that passage 2 and passage 1 disagree.
Oh,
hmm
oh,
Okay. What does advocate mean?
like the represent. I mean the person, like a represent something like.
Okay. So, if you advocate for something, you support it. So,
like,
this is
like
saying
a lawyer.
that. Yeah, so a lawyer advocates for their client. They support their client in the law. So if you advocate, you support it. So it's saying that passage 2 agrees with the problem in passage 1. They just want to have a different solution, which is not the case, right? Because they just do not even agree on anything. They're like complete opposites. Okay?
Yeah.
What does provides and exemplifies mean?
Provide like more cost like support. Isn't it?
Yeah, again, like
Giving
support.
something.
Like to give an example, maybe. Okay, and then the last one exemplifies.
Like illustrate.
Yeah, so if you exemplify something, you illustrate it, but you also illustrate it to the extreme. So if you exemplify an attitude, that means that you like agree 100% with that attitude. It's a very, very strong word. And so A is our best answer choice because this is really the only one that shows how much these passages are in disagreement. And so if we scroll down to 40, I believe it'll say, yeah, the answer to 40 is A. Okay, any questions about this one?
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Yes, like
Yeah, and there's these are called question stems. Let's see.
like those two passes like are the contrast.
Yeah, they contrast, they disagree.
Yes. So I
Yeah.
would just say
And so what I'll send you is they have these things called question stems and answer stems. And so I'll send you a list of some of them. And just read over it, and if there's any like vocab words that you don't recognize, let me know. We can go over them next class. Because words like advocate or challenge, they'll show up more than once. They're pretty common.
So like I have to fill out the blanket.
Sorry?
I have to fill out the blank.
Oh, you
the
don't have
blank.
to you don't have to print anything out. I'll just send you a list of words to know that might show up in questions or answer choices, and then just if you see a word that you don't know, maybe like write it down or something, and we'll talk about it.
Oh, yeah, and then I was asking like the paper you show me, like do I like fill out the blank in the sentences? He's like,
Oh,
do I have to like fill it out? Like I mean, or just ask like to put the blank in there.
yeah, you don't fill these out, so this is just saying common questions.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like this is just questions, not answers. So,
Yeah,
for
I was just
example,
confused. Wait,
yeah, it can look a little confusing. Like, look at this one. So, it serves to illustrate, emphasize, demonstrate, call attention to. So maybe you say, you know what, I don't really know what the difference between illustrate and demonstrate is. That would be like a vocab difference that we would talk about. So just if you see any like words that look confusing.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then let's see, last question, 41.
The
Okay.
answer is B. Right.
Sorry, what did
I
you
mean, the
choose?
answer was B. I mean, the actual answer was B, and then I picked. Wait, I picked A.
Okay.
So this is like the vocab thing again.
Um,
No, like not really, right?
I don't know. Were there any vocab words that you had trouble with here?
Or not really.
Okay. What I would say this one is so in your own words, what are the passages talking about? Don't even read the answer choices.
What I remember was like
That's okay. I'll give you a little recap. So basically they're asking who should the government or state be for? Right? Should it be for the past, the present, or the future? And both of them, they kind of discuss these ideas, and Burke says it should be for all three, and then Payne says it should just be for the present. But this is the main idea. This is the big question that they're answering, is who should the government be for? Okay. And so answer choice B is the best because it has both parts of these questions. So it has the people, this is the who, and it mentions government. So B has both of the things that we care about in it. Answer choice A, this word particular, you know what that means?
asking like
Yeah, particular.
it's 13.
Mm-hmm.
18. Yeah.
Yeah, a certain thing, something specific, right?
Yeah.
And so we're not talking about anything specific. We're not talking about immigration or healthcare or anything like that. We're just talking about the government as a whole. We don't care about the specifics or the particulars. And then C and D, again, these don't really fall in with our main idea of, who should the government be for? Okay, any questions about this one?
No.
Okay, sweet. Well, I think that's it for class for today. Once I have some time, I'll send you an email with a new passage to work on, plus those question and answer stems, and I'll see you Friday, 8 p.m.
Yeah, sounds right.
Okay. Have a good rest of your day, Frank.
You too.
Bye.
I hope your pipeline
Thank you. Thanks. Okay, bye.
Yep.